All right, welcome back everyone to today's explainer. Today we're literally tearing down the old rulebook and uncovering exactly how modern leadership is shifting in the digital age. We're going to use Rasta Infotech as our court case study today to see how a real company actually navigates that crazy intersection between cutting-edge technology and human-centric values. So let's jump right in and upgrade our leadership blueprints for 2026. So let's just get right into it because the stakes here are absolutely massive. Traditional leadership leaned heavily on strict hierarchy, super rigid processes, and analog systems. But listen, that era is definitively over. Surviving today's technological disruption demands a huge pivot toward a visionary strategy, rapid adaptability, and immense digital fluency. You simply cannot lead effectively today from some outdated ivory tower. Okay, here's our game plan for today. We'll kick things off with the new leadership paradigm, then unpack the Rasta Infotech blueprint, break down the 4 pillars of impact, talk application and communication, look at navigating the risks, and then bring it all home with balancing tech and humanity. Section 1. The new leadership paradigm. Right off the bat, we see this really fascinating dual focus. On one hand, you absolutely have to champion hardcore tech innovation. We're talking SAP systems, AI integration, massive cloud migrations. But, and here's the kicker, that has to be paired with deep empathy and agility. Why? Well, because you can't survive these wild market shifts if your people are burning out. You need that rapid-fire decision-making for sure, but you also need to fiercely protect the folks who are actually building your tech. Moving right along to Section 2, the Rasta Infotech Blueprint. So, how does a modern company actually pull this off in the real world? Well, Rasta Infotech is basically a masterclass in this. They lay down this heavy technical foundation first, enterprise IT solutions, SAP consulting, cybersecurity, the whole shebang. But then they wrap it in a talent ecosystem. Think AI-powered staffing paired with actual human-led career coaching. And to top it all off, they drive it forward with digital marketing leadership. SEO, SEM, you name it. It's just a completely interlocked system. And look, this people-first approach inside a highly technical company is not just some fluffy, feel-good concept. The data here is wild. That 92% interview success rate, that is a direct result of their career assurance programs. By genuinely investing in human empowerment, they just skyrocket the outcomes for their entire ecosystem. It is absolute proof that humanity literally drives performance. Okay, on to Section 3, the 4 pillars of impact. This is where we really see the architecture of their success. It boils down to 4 main pillars. First up, visionary strategy, which they bring to life through SAP and AI services to drive serious scalability. Then, Pillar 2, that people-first approach we just talked about, powering that massive 92% interview success rate. Pillar 3 is innovation culture, keeping enterprises future-ready with blockchain and cloud services. And finally, the 4th pillar, resilience. And how exactly do they measure that resilience? With this number right here, 99.9% uptime. This is hands down a non-negotiable metric. I mean, empathy and vision are absolutely crucial, but this hard tech requirement, that's what guarantees absolute client trust. Because let's be real, you simply cannot lead in the digital age if your core systems are constantly crashing. All right, pivoting now to Section 4, application and communication. You know, modern leadership isn't just about what you do internally. It's about how you package and present your vision online. We call these the 3 C's of application. First, be clear. You've got to define exactly what leadership means in your specific digital transformation. Second, be concise. Nobody wants a wall of text. Use structured sections, use bullet points. And third, be compelling. Don't just throw out abstract theories. Showcase real success stories and actual measurable outcomes. Now, I know what you're thinking. What is an SEO term like keyword density doing in a leadership explainer, right? But honestly, digital fluency means understanding the mechanics of the internet so you can effectively convey your brand. You actually have to maintain a 1% to 2% usage of specific terms in your titles, headings, and alt text. Why? Because if your visionary leadership content is buried on page 10 of the search results, your overall impact is pretty much zero. Which brings us to Section 5, navigating the risks. Consider this your rapid-fire digital survival guide. Step 1. Avoid keyword stuffing. If you're just jamming terms in there to rank, it completely kills readability and you're going to get hit with search penalties. Step 2. Elevate generic content. If you're writing without specific industry context, like SAP or IT nuances, you're just going to blend right into the background noise. And step 3, maybe the most important, Remember the human element. If you're pushing this hyper-tech narrative without an ounce of empathy, your audience tunes out online. And offline, your actual team is going to leave. High tech absolutely requires high touch. And finally, Section 6, Balancing Tech and Humanity. If you remember only one thing from today's explainer, make it this quote. True leadership in 2026 is about balancing technology with humanity. What the Rasta Infotech case really proves is that long-term success isn't just about buying the newest AI, and it's not just about having a super friendly office. It only works when world-class digital expertise and genuine human empowerment are completely in sync. So I want to leave you with a question to really chew on. Take a hard look at your own strategies, your teams, and your digital footprint. Is your leadership model genuinely ready for 2026? Are you hyperfixated on just the tech? Or are you actually prioritizing the people who run it? Challenge yourself to make sure your blueprint seamlessly blends the technical with the human. Thanks so much for learning with me today, and hey, keep building those blueprints.